The Deer Farming Channel is brought to you by Rafter P Construction. Stick around to learn more about Rafter P's design build process and, of course, the biggest deer in the world. Well, howdy everybody, welcome show into Michigan, where today we're going to start out with Ryan Hoffman and Black Label Whitetails. What do you say, baby? You like that, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. The whitetail deer is America's favorite big game animal, and whitetail deer farming is the fastest growing segment in the American agriculture industry. Our program's mission is to dive into the world of deer farming and discover why tens of thousands of Americans compete to create the biggest bucks in the world. And by the biggest bucks, we don't just mean the size of the antlers. The financial investment opportunities produced even on small parcels of rural land will blow you away. Join me as we discover how whitetail genetics, deer auctions, animal husbandry, and so much more drive the deer farming industry. My name is Keith Warren, and this is Deer and Wildlife Stories.
Hi, I'm Ryan Hoffman. We are located in Portland, Michigan, between Lansing and Grand Rapids. We have 12 breeding pens on the facility right now and 180 deer, about 70 fawns so far this year, and we have 50 bucks growing out on the property. I'm in the deer breeding business because I love the animal. I was always an avid hunter and just loved whitetail deer. So took the next step and started a deer farm and continue to stay in it because we've made a lot of friends in the industry and we're passionate about building an environment that we can all operate within. But now the most rewarding part is being able to share that with my family and have my dad out here helping. Couldn't have done this without him. He helped me build every pen here. We drilled every hole and set every post. My wife and kid also help out quite a bit. They like to help feed the deer and tag fawns. So it's a fun family farm. We raise all kinds of deer. We focus a lot on the typical breedings, also push for big body northern deer. The ranches in Michigan really prefer that. We do have some non-typicals, and we also raise Senecas. Senecas are all white, but they don't have some of the deformities that albinos can carry. Our favorite Seneca that we've had is Ho-Ho, a fed son that we've partnered with Gutierrez Cervid Company on, and this year he's growing out his 2-year-old rack. We're excited to see what he looks like. Here we are in our 2-year-old pen.
So who do we have in this pen?
We have a lot of nice overhead 2-year-olds.
These are all two, huh?
These are all two.
Tell everybody who Overhead was.
Overhead and Machine Head were womb brothers. They were first fawns born on the farm. Really kind of put us on the map.
Okay, and Machine Head's that great big, we'll show him to you. He's a big, beautiful deer, but they were womb brothers. But you lost Overhead. How old was he?
He was 4 when I lost him.
And so these are all out of Overhead?
A lot of these guys are out of Overhead. The big pretty frames, the big typicals are all.
Like the guy laying against the fence over there, way out there, who's he out of?
That's an Overhead son.
Okay, all right. Yeah, look at him. Boy, he's beautiful. What about this guy right here? Oh man, he's pretty.
That's another Overhead son.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so tell everybody, okay, these are 2-year-olds. What are you going to do with these deer?
Most of these are going to be sold this year, either as breeders or going to stock some ranches.
Okay. And so, like that deer right there, Overhead 2-year-old, he's pretty enough for a breeder. And he's got a good pedigree, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna hold 1 or 2 of those back to breed with this year.
How many years you been doing this now?
6 years.
You wound up with Overhead, Machine Head. Those were your first bucks.
Yeah.
And I know when you started out with that, everybody was like, they were blown away. It's like, look how pretty typical they are. But you kind of built your herd from there.
I did.
And so in 6 years, look what you've got. So how many deer you got now?
We have 180 deer total.
And you have 3 buck pens.
3 buck pens here, I also have some deer all over the state, all over the country.
You've got partnerships all over.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of deer out of the Fed. Okay, in the Fed we've featured Lester Eicher in the Fed for years now over in Indiana. But the cool thing about deer farming is once you get in the business, isn't it amazing how many people you meet?
Yeah.
And how many different partnerships you can form with people.
Yeah. A lot of good people in the industry.
Yes, there are.
Formed a lot of good friendships over the years.
Yes, there are. Okay, so this is only 1 out of the 3 pens. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at some more bucks right now. Deer and Wildlife Stories is brought to you by MVP Whitetails, Dr. Ray Favero's Whitetail Genetics, UVC Power Sports Tractors and Outdoors, Rafter P Construction. For more videos on deer farming, check out the Deer Farming channel on YouTube. All right, so who's in this pen?
In this pen, we've got mostly 2-year-olds. I have 1 3-year-old. That's a machine head son with the big single brow tines.
Yeah, who's this guy with the drop, the big drop?
The big drop, that's a bootlegger son. Bootlegger is a high heat 3-year-old, so I had him breed as a buck fawn.
Is bootlegger one of those deer that you're partners in?
Yes, I got partners on bootlegger.
Okay.
Kenny and Casey Brown at Pine Ridge Whitetails.
Okay, so he's out of a partnership deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So
and he's 2?
This is a 2-year-old, yes.
Wow. Wow. Heck of a deer. Look at the frame on him. All right, so who's this other guy right here?
That is a fed 2-year-old.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the fed Epic Gladiator 2.
Boy, he's got some mass on him.
He's got some mass.
Like his daddy.
Like his daddy.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he's still pushing quite a bit too.
Oh yeah, you can tell. I mean, they're bowled up. You can tell that. Where are these guys going?
A couple of these guys are going to hang back and breed. Most of them are going to be sold as either breeders or to stock some ranches this year.
Okay. And in your opinion, how is the market in Michigan as far as for deer farming? I mean, what's going on right now? I have my opinion, but tell everybody what you think about it.
Yeah, no, the market in Michigan's really good. Things are really balanced between the farms and ranches. So it's about a 50-50 split.
Well, see, and the way I look at it, every deer that you grow can be sold like that.
Yeah.
Every deer. I mean, the market is so good. And the cool thing about deer farming is that you don't have to have a big piece of property to do it.
Right.
I mean, you've got some pretty big pens. These pens are big and they got a lot of cover and all in them, but you don't have to have big pens. I mean, if you've got 10 acres of land and you're in rural Michigan with 10 acres of land, you can have a deer farm. I mean, absolutely. And Ryan, I mean, you help people get set up in deer farms, right?
Yes.
And if you want more information about getting set up or coming out here to Black Label Whitetails, give them a phone number.
You can reach me at 517-281-2936.
And right now it is we're the last week of July, and you can tell like that deer right there. I mean, he's got a long way to go. He's all bowled up and stuff, but you can tell that these deer, they're going to finish out really, really good.
Yeah.
And typically, what happens payday for a deer farmer is when you sell them to the next place. Okay. And so these deer are going to leave here when?
They'll start leaving here August.
I was saying by the 1st of September, these deer are going out. I mean, it's busy, so that's payday for a deer farmer. But until then, it's pretty exciting to be able to come out here every single morning. What do you think? I mean, it's like this guy right here. He's beautiful, and you'll come out here tomorrow morning. It's like, oh, look how much you grew overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're putting it on right now. So I know 6 years ago when you started, the market was good, but today the market in Michigan, I think, is a whole lot better than it was then. Would you agree?
A whole lot better.
And there's a lot of people that are watching. There's more people that are not deer farmers that are watching this show than there are deer farmers. So this is I'm going to ask you a question for people that are watching that are not deer farmers that may be considering deer farming. What kind of advice would you give somebody that wants to get in the deer farming business before they ever take that plunge? What would you tell them?
Visit a lot of farms, look at different pen layouts, meet with the people, talk to them and get to know them, find somebody that you can trust working with. Really do your homework, maybe attend a few auctions, see where values are at before jumping in without knowing. And coming to the convention is a great way to see the energy in Michigan and a lot of the people that are serious about the industry in Michigan.
And they'll help you. I mean, and so a lot of people I think may feel intimidated. Come out to UDFOM. I'm telling you, it's everybody out there. They may be a doctor, a lawyer, a plumber. It doesn't make any difference. That common thread that brings us all together is white-tailed deer. And I mean, it is an unbelievable business. It's all about, to me, it's about the lifestyle. I mean, yeah, we can make money at it, but it is about the lifestyle.
It is about the lifestyle.
Yeah.
I enjoy sharing this with the family. It's a nice way of life, more than just a business. It's a lot of fun that way. If you'd like more information about deer farming in Michigan, you can reach me at 517-281-2936 or email me at blacklabelwhitetails@gmail.com.
Deer and Wildlife Stories is brought to you by Big Time Whitetails and Exotics, LE Fence, Record Rack Deer and Elk Feeds, UVC Power Sports Tractors and Outdoors, and by New Dart. Deer and Wildlife Stories will be right back. Closed captioning is brought to you by Advanced Deer Genetics. Here's an email from a guy by the name of Jared. He says, just discovered the deer farming channel on YouTube and love it. I'm from Michigan and I want to get started deer farming. What's your best advice? Jared, the best advice if you're in Michigan or anywhere around Michigan would be to attend the United Deer Farmers of Michigan annual event they have. They have it at the beginning of March every single year. And what that is an event that I go to it and hundreds of deer farmers go to it from all over the country. But it's primarily a Michigan deer farming event where all these deer farmers get together and they talk about deer farming and they help each other out. So that's the best advice. If you want to get started in deer farming, whatever state you're from, start attending the events in that state and you'll be surrounded by people that love white-tailed deer just as much as you. That's a great question, Jared, and if y'all have a question, you can get a hold of me or you can check out the deer farming channel on YouTube. So howdy everybody. On this part of the show, we're at Spotted Acres. Spotted Acres is just outside of Battle Creek, Michigan, and we're at a special farm. This deer farm grows something that we've never featured before. They specialize in growing piebald white-tailed deer.
Yeah, my name is Craig Fry, and we started Spotted Acres back in 2015. We're trying to make some of the biggest piebalds we can in the industry. It started out as just having fun, but now we realize that the industry is wanting it more and more, so we're trying to capitalize on it. We have around 50 deer total, and then we're running right around 20, 22 piebald. To be involved in this industry with my wife, we have built something together that is just amazing, and I can't thank her enough for everything that we have done together here.
All right, so it's lunchtime, and we're gonna go feed some fawns. Some special fawns. I bet you've never seen fawns that look like this, so come on. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful deer? Look at the colors on that. Now, how old is it?
She was born June 18th.
June 18th. Okay, so when they talk about Spotted Acres, can you figure out why they call it Spotted Acres now?
Come here, Coco.
Look, come on.
Come on.
Am I that salty?
Come on.
Here. Boy, that one right there is thirsty, thirsty. Look at that. Okay, so this is the exact same one that would not take a bottle from me. And this is a mama's boy for sure. So Kelsey winds up, Kelsey's been mama here. There's lots of places you can go and you can see white-tailed deer, but there's not many places you can go and see spotted white-tailed deer like this, these multicolored deer. They're breeding for that here. This is beautiful. All right, let's go take a look at some other deer. All right, so I just got done feeding fawns with Kelsey. I should say that Mama Kelsey, she fed the fawns. Wouldn't pay attention.
She wouldn't take it from you.
But Karen was in there, and I could not believe the way that fawn was loving on her.
Oh man!
And the smile on Karen's face, it just says it all. But this pen right here,
does say it all.
Look at how calm these deer are. Tell me about it. You got some brown deer and you got some piebalds in here. Tell me what's going on
Keith,
here.
we're running some awesome brown deer. We got the FedEx line, the blue chip line. We got all kinds of stuff going on.
Real stellar pedigrees here.
We do.
But so these brown deer, they may be just brown deer, but they got great pedigrees. But there's something else.
We got piebalds.
These piebalds have got pedigrees too. I mean, great pedigrees. And you look at them. I mean, they are so calm.
This whole pen is, for having strangers in my pen, the whole pen is just laid out and not even, there's no care in the world.
Well, who's this old doe over here? She's an older
Freckles.
doe. Is that her name?
We have Freckles, yeah. Freckles is over here. I mean, she is just amazing.
She's calm, isn't she?
She is very calm, buddy. We have, she's an amazing doe for the herd.
Okay, so let me ask you this. These, because these are all basically young deer, especially the piebalds. Are you going to expose these piebalds to a buck this coming fall in hopes that you can get a fawn out of them?
We are definitely going to expose them and let Mother Nature take its course, yes, sir.
That's cool. That's exactly what I'd do too. What is really amazing is the fact that you're able to produce them with consistency over and over and over again. And we're going to show you these bucks that these come out of, and the semen is available on these bucks. And it's the consistency that people are wanting all over the country. It's like they may have white deer, okay? Everybody's got brown deer, but they don't have piebalds yet. And you can call Craig. Give them a telephone number if they want more information about getting semen or coming out and taking a look at the deer.
Oh, absolutely. 269-832-6105. We'd love to hear from anybody.
Yeah, and you can find them on Facebook too, but we're gonna go take a look at some more deer right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, these are calm.
They are calm. They are calm.
Deer and Wildlife Stories is brought to you by Union Hill Whitetails, the North American Deer Registry, New Dart, and the North American Deer Farmers Association. For more videos on deer farming, check out the Deer Farming channel on YouTube. Now some great information on fencing from our friends at LE Fence.
Morning guys, this is Ron with LE Fence. We're out here hanging some gates today in between these two pens that we just finished up yesterday. First we went ahead and kind of pre-assembled our hinges on the gates, got them where they typically are going to go, top, middle, bottom. We then held the gate next to the post, marked some holes on the pipe so we knew where to drill our pilot holes to put the hinges through the actual pipe. Then what we did from there is we went ahead and put one hinge upside down, coming down on the top, and then we went ahead and put the bolts on the other two hinges on the gate. So then when we're ready to hang this gate, we can just slide the two bottom hinges straight into the pilot holes that we made, and then the top hinge that's upside down, we just scoot the female end of that hinge up into the actual bolt. So now all they're doing is they're tightening up the bolts. They're gonna be able to level the gate here in a few minutes after we get this all tightened up. That's about it, guys. Thanks.
Now, Keith, what a view there, buddy.
They're waiting on us.
They are waiting on us.
All right, so folks, this is the piebald buck pen. And these guys that you're looking at are not just any ordinary deer. These are special piebald bucks with some unbelievable pedigrees, and semen that's available on every one of these, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is. Every
Okay,
one of
so
them
I
available.
want you to start out. I want you to just, I don't care which one you pick because they're all beautiful. They're all beautiful. Pick one and tell me about it.
Well, I'll start out with Maverick. He's the one that we've used the most right now, and it doesn't matter what doe we put him on, we're definitely getting beautiful color out of him, Keith. Awesome temperament out of him, you know what I'm saying? We can walk up, give him treats and everything.
And how old is he?
Maverick is 2.5 years old.
Holy smokes, and look at that. That's a good sized deer.
That's a beautiful piebald.
Oh, the color is absolutely magnificent. Now,
It is.
okay, so who's this other guy?
Lightning is his brother, Lightning. They are womb brothers.
Really?
And they're both out of the boss. We AI'd their mom.
The boss.
The boss.
The boss. I'm talking about
500-inch boss or whatever he is now. I don't know what he is. He's a giant.
Yep.
But they're both out of the boss. We AI'd their mom to the boss and we hit a home run with it.
Wow.
The semen collection on them has been awesome. The quality is awesome. And again, you'll see through the show here that the color is just phenomenal.
But who's that one there?
It's Ozzy. He is amazing.
Wow.
Really amazing.
How old's he?
He's two and a half.
Really?
He's 2.5. I mean, he's really tall. Just love having him on the farm. We never get tired of looking at him.
And this other guy here?
Blue is 2.5 also. Awesome temperament. Really looking good for his age. Yeah, it's been fun to watch them grow.
So you've got semen available on all of them?
On
All
four
of them?
Yes, sir.
And there are breeders all over the country that are wanting to breed piebald with a proven piebald that's got a great pedigree. And these guys are proven and they've got great pedigrees. Give them a phone number if somebody wants more information.
269-832-6105. We'd love to hear from you.
And right now it is the end of July. I mean, these deer are not done growing. You can take a look at their antlers, and I mean, you've got some brown deer in here that are pretty big too.
There is some beautiful brown deer in here. Yes, sir, there is.
But they're a long way from being done. But this gives you a good example of the consistency. I mean, these piebald bucks, they throw piebalds. Okay. Now, not all the time, but most of the time.
Most of the
time. And
time.
that's what it's
Yes,
about.
sir.
In the deer farming industry, just like if you're a gambler, you want to win most of the time.
Yes,
well,
sir.
If you want to win with piebalds and you want to win most of the time, call Craig Fry.
Call
Yeah,
us.
Those are absolute beautiful deer.
They are.
If you want to learn more about deer farming, check out the Deer Farming channel on YouTube. Okay, so you've got property and you're wanting to build. Maybe a barn dominium, maybe deer facilities, or maybe a badass lodge. Well, you've got to check out Rafter P Construction. Rafter P Construction is the leading design-build contractor across the state of Texas. Specializing in quality farm and ranch design-build projects, Rafter P Construction encourages their customers to be very hands-on, incorporating your input into every aspect of your project with their in-house design teams. The goal of Rafter P Construction is to be your builder for life. Rafter P Construction, they'll be with you every step of the way to build your dream project, all the while keeping quality and customer satisfaction at the forefront.